What's going on, guys? I'm back, and I have a little money making guide video for everyone. I've had a couple questions on how to make money to afford some of the gear on the builds that I've posted recently. So I thought I'd share some tips and tricks on how I personally make a lot of divines, and some things that people haven't actually talked about, which I think's kind of funny. You will have to bear with me. No script, straight off the dome. So yeah, if you don't mind as well, drop a little like, follow, subscribe. You know, we're gonna be releasing more sections of this, so I'm gonna do multiple money making guides on different ways that I make money. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing that I can say is if you want to make a lot of money and you have friends to play with, playing with multiple people is absolutely massive. The loot gets boosted per person. I'm not sure on the percentages, but per person in your group when you're running maps, your amount of loot gets boosted. So if you want to get a lot of loot, get a lot of your friends together and play. If not, there's ways around this. So rarity is good, and we do want rarity on maps, but we don't need rarity on maps. Because what we can do is, I assume everyone knows how to load up towers, for instance. So we run towers. So you want to search your map for a start. Find a location where you have multiple towers set up in a nice area. So something like this. I have three towers here, a couple towers here. With this, what you want to do is look at your tablets, and to the side, you want to always check your tablets. So, for instance, I like running breaches the most because I make the most money from it. So all my breaches that have increased quantity, I'll put to the side. All my breaches that have increased rare monsters, I'll also put to the side. And anything with increased rarity. With this, rare monsters, you want anything 10% and above. Quantity, anything 10% and above. Ideally 15% and above, but 10% is fine. And then rarity, anything 15% and above. Okay, now the way you want to use this is, so say I have a map with, say one of these maps just had rarity of items, right? If I only had rarity of items, I would want to put quantity breach tablets. So rarity of items with quantity breach tablets. If my breach tablets that I'm using have rarity, I want to be using rarity and rare monster maps. So you always want the three combined. So this one has quantity, rarity, and rare monsters, right? So because it has all three, I would just boost quantity altogether. So that's the way to make the most out of your maps. Quantity is king because you get more. Rarity is nice because you can increase your currency drops. And rare monsters is insane because the more rare monsters, the more chances you have at getting more items. Okay, now another big thing is a good loot filter. A good loot filter can make you so much money, and you're probably missing out on a ton of items that you didn't even know were worth money. For instance, I have my own loot filter that I have created, which I will link in the description, which you can feel free to download and use, and I will explain it. So I'll pull it up. One moment. So here's the filter. And basically, I'll do some simulations. So any base white items that are good for like crafting bases, I'll teach you how to craft these in a second. Red border with white text. Any superior stuff, this is stuff you want to break down because armor scraps do stack up. The catalysts that are on here are all decent catalysts that you can sell for decent money. The yellow items are obviously rares, and then the essences are obviously essences. So if I generate some more, then you have the rarest of items like Omens of Whittling and Divines. These bluish purple backgrounds with white text, these are base amulets and rings, and you always want to pick these up. It's very important to always pick these up. And then if you see the purplish blue background with blue text, these are magic items. You always roll these, so when you go into a map, you want to be bringing like 40 to 80 scrolls of wisdom. And you always want to check the stats on these, because if they have very good base stats, you can either use them for crafting or sell them to other people for crafting, and you can make so much money from this. If you get, say, a solar amulet here, it comes as a base spirit. If you identified this and it came with, say, 50 spirit, you could probably sell that as a crafting base for a divine or more. So this is a very good way to make money. We'll generate a couple more. Exalts, glass blurs, baubles, breach rings. These are really good. Always pick these up. Extremely important. Wands are another really big one. I'll explain about stuff like that in a different video. I think we've gone through everything. So anyway, yeah. So as for maps, what we want to do is we go into our breach map. Every item that you see pretty much on the filter that I have created, every single item that pops up on that, you want to pick it up, use a scroll of wisdom, and check the price. If you don't know already, if you're on PC, you can get this PoE overlay. And this PoE overlay allows you to press a button on your keyboard, and it will search the item and tell you how much it's worth. If you want to get this overlay, I will also link this overlay in the description below, along with a filter. And this will help you an absolute ton. Okay. So now, we've done a breach, we picked up some items, we're ready to craft, but we don't know what to do with them. So what I have here is, this is all the bases of like white and blue items that I have picked up over the course of a day or so. So with all of these are all gold amulets. This one rolled with 18% elemental res. So if we check the price just of this, you can see it is low, but this is a very high roll in the elemental res, so we can craft this to make it a lot more expensive. So for instance, we can try and see what we hit. So we always augment. We hit 111 max life. 17 all attributes. Now we can check the price of this. And we just slowly check the price to see how much it's worth. See, already. Almost 1 div. Straight off the bat. This is how powerful crafting really is. And it takes nothing. Like that cost me an augment and a regal orb to craft that. And that's just straight 1 div. Okay, so things like this. If they're white items, sapphire rings and stellar amulets, white, you want to sell because people buy them to chance orb, and you can make a lot of money from this. Like 2 stellar amulets is like a divine, so make sure you're always picking these up. Breach rings, I'll do a whole video on crafting breach rings because these are a bit different because they're like really high-end rings. But for things like jade amulets, we say this ring here, I'll just grab like a couple base items. So we have these. And they don't really look too great. Don't really matter what level they are, or it's better if they're like level 79 plus, because you get a lot better rolls, I'll be honest. So you just alchemy. Just alchemy them all. This one, I can tell, it's got lightning damage, cold to attacks, max life cast speed. It's kind of meh, but we've got the price checking tool. So we can check. How much is this going for? There's one for 5 div. And this little button up the top here, you can click this and it'll open up the market of the PoE 2 trade website. This is really nice. So as you can see, if we compare our ring to this ring, this one has a lot higher cold. It has a lot more lightning damage, and it's got an extra increased rarity roll. That's why it's worth so much. So maybe we could sell this for 50 exalts. You can always exalt if you want, but it's not always worth it. This one's got nice rolls, energy shield, dex, cold, and fire. We can check. Someone's selling one. This is a price fixer. There you go, another 80 exalts. Honestly, guys, the money is as easy as this. This one, I can tell you, is probably not worth much. It's low rolls. Like I say, you can always check, but the rolls are low. 10x. but that's a bust. But all this cost us at the end of the day is 1 alchemy orb. So we'll just go through, look at a couple more. I can tell you now that one's not worth much. I've been doing this a lot, so I kind of know what's worth what. This isn't worth much. This isn't worth much. This one has a little bit of potential in it. So this one, I know it can have potential. It rolled accuracy on 1 roll. I know that's dead. So those, we can just go to Doriani. Drop those. So this is how you craft. You also want to have like all your bases. So I've got a load of wands. So wands at level 81 plus is what you want to keep. Obviously, I will do a full crafting video on how to do wands and stuff properly. But for now, we're just going to stick to the rings and amulets. So like I say, your breach rings, keep and stack to the side. I will make another video on that soon. But anything other than sapphire rings, stellar amulets, and breach rings, keep all of them. Just alchemy them, and you will make so much money. I promise you. The other thing is, any of the items that I've got that you can pick up off the floor. So you'll see like the yellow items and stuff on the floor when you're doing your maps. If you use the filter, you can use the price check tool to see if it's worth anything, and if it's not, you just leave it in the map. So the same with the base white items. Anything that isn't wands, so say just random white chess pieces. I don't think I actually have any right now. I don't. Okay, so if you have any white like chess pieces, boots, bows, any of that, same concept. Just alchemy, check the stats. Alchemy, check the stats. Alchemy, check the stats. And I promise you, you'll every map you run, you should make at least 1 divine plus. And if you're running a few maps a day, you never know, you might hit a ring or an amulet or a chess piece that could be worth 10 plus divines, and you'll make money in an instant. And that is how you get your build up as fast as possible. My other best tip is with your builds, never buy items in small increments. So if you're looking for an upgrade, always go for the biggest upgrade you can possibly afford. You're better off buying 1 big item than 5 little items, because eventually you're going to upgrade those 5 little items. If you buy 1 big item, you're not going to need to upgrade it. You can just move on to the next one and get another big purchase. So don't waste your time buying the small items. Always buy the most expensive item that you can get or you can find, that you can afford and easily enough get back to that price, so you don't lose too much money. Right, so another thing, what should we get on to? I mean, rituals, I'm sure there's been enough videos on rituals, but rituals are also really nice. If you can get someone to carry you through the ritual boss, or if you can do it yourself. The Atlas tree, there's a thing that allows you to get Audience of the King a lot more often. Audience of the King is 9 divines, so make sure you're running your rituals. Here's another thing, is this Atlas tree is extremely good. If you are trying to make money, this Atlas tree is the best Atlas tree you can run. So if you want, take a screenshot of this, copy it. Honestly, all the breach stuff, all the ritual stuff, the delirium stuff, all of this. The boss stuff is slightly different. With the boss stuff, you want to go up the essence side, because the essence basically gives you an extra rare monster in your map. I was doing additional shrine just because I was speedrunning maps a bit faster and trying to get XP shrines. But yeah, this is the best way for you to make money. This is the easiest way for you to make fast money. All it costs is a few alchemy orbs. I mean, how much are alchemy orbs going for right now? You can buy 2.5 alchemies for 2 exalts. So every 4 exalts you can buy 5. Every 2 exalts you can buy 5 alchemies. And within those 5 alchemies, I can guarantee you will make way more than 2 exalts every single time. And all it takes is a little bit of patience when you're in the map. Don't rush your map. Don't try to get out and get onto the next one. Get into your map, finish it, go back through your map, find your items, make sure you take your scrolls of wisdom, check all the items that you get on the filter if you are using the filter, and make money. Pick up all the bases you can and just reap the profits. Anyway, guys, I hope this has helped. and I hope you can make a lot of money from this. If you do make a lot of money, make sure to drop a comment below. Let me know what you've got. Maybe if you want to join the Discord, I can drop a link, drop a comment, and I'll do that. And you can post your pictures of any cool or expensive loot that you've managed to get out of crafting this. Anyways, peace out, guys. I wish you the best.